Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. So that I was deadlifting in the gym when in a normal commercial gym when someone said, "Wow, you're really strong." So I was 50 kilos and deadlifting like 100 for reps, and someone just said, "Oh, have you heard of powerlifting?" And so I ended up in that kind of community. Did about two competitions, but then for me it was a bit boring. Now I feel like the
Oh.
weightlifting community will, yeah. So I I feel like, yeah, like it just wasn't really stimulating. I didn't feel super challenged. I did pick it up well. I loved how it made me feel, but just wasn't really challenged. So I came across boxing, and it's crazy because people are always like, how is boxing like gymnastics? I think people just think, oh, look, it's in for error. And there's a lot of commitment. Yeah.
And you mentioned, like the commitment and the discipline. Now, obviously, being a young mom, you have to, be that much more disciplined. You really have to pay attention to your time management. What does a typical day look like for you from the time you wake up to the time you eventually find your way into the gym to start training?
It is chaos. I've had to, it's like I'm structured and have routine, but I also have to let go and be flexible in so many ways. Um, so I wake up, look, there are a few days a week my kids are in daycare, and that was a hard decision to make because I don't work full time, I work part time. But I thought if I'm going to take this seriously, which I am, I need to have that time to get double sessions in, to do my house, clean my house. Yeah, but I think through my training, and also I'm like 4 foot 11, like I'm tiny. So
Oh,
I
wow.
I'm like
Tiny but
50.
strong.
So I feel like I had to really prove myself. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I first started boxing, um, all the boys at the first gym that I trained at were good, and I was the only girl. So boxing has really developed even here in Australia. I don't think it's as big here as it is in the US. See, it's
Okay.
really grown in Australia in the last few years, amateur and pro. But when I first started, like I was the only female wanting to fight in my gym. The rest were
Oh,
just boxer side.
wow.
Yeah. And I did feel a little bit like even the trainer and a few people there were like, oh, come on, you've been here 2 minutes. Like, you don't want to fight. Like, and I had to really work hard and prove myself. And I was quite a fast learner, which I think is from the gymnastics and just my sports, all the physical attributes. But yeah, I did kind of have to prove myself. Like, my first couple of spars were obviously hard and they were boys. Obviously, they weren't going like 100 miles an hour, but I think the week, sorry, 3 days a week now, to have some time to myself and manage things because I was finding I was a stay-at-home mum like for a while. I didn't go back to work. I didn't work for 2 years. I was just at home, and it was very hard. I was so burnt out, and yeah, like I just, as bad as it sounds, you don't, like, you love your kids no matter what, but you get to a point you're in survival mode. It's so hard. You're burnt out. You now are at a point where you're just like you're not really enjoying it. It's hard to explain. I feel like a lot of mums feel this but don't talk about it because of the shame of like a mum admitting she can't enjoy her kids. But it is a reality for a lot of women. It's you start to sacrifice yourself completely, but then yeah, like I don't think it's best. Like put yourself first, go to the gym, even if it's just 30 minutes a day, 20 minutes, get your heart rate up, do something for you. And I feel stronger than ever. I think, oh, and it's easy, that means I'm going to be out for years. So I just push through. And to be honest, like I said, a lot of it is mental strength. Like, I mean, there's a lot the human body can do even on shit sleep, obviously. But yeah, obviously not ideal, but it can be done. So yeah, my sleep is pretty bad, but I just push through it because I'm like, this is the only way. Like it's not easy right now, but what I have to do. And to be honest, like I think you do get a bit used to it.
Makes sense. Here we have a saying called "Where there's a will, there's a way." So you still find a way to make it happen, especially if it's something you enjoy doing. Now,
Definitely. I mean, I can
go say again.
I forgot what I was going to say. I think I was going to say I can use it as an excuse. Like I can say I'm too tired, or I can say, hey, I'm tired, but I need to get it done, you know?
Yeah, yeah. So, obviously with each with each episode, we delve into someone's profession or how they're training and, how their prep looks like. We also ask another difficult question. If you were coming up with a story or with a book about your life story so far, what would be the title of that book, Sonia, and why?
Oh, overcoming adversity, defying the odds.
Sounds
Defying the odds.
powerful.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I just feel like there's been I think everyone tries to have that victim mentality. I don't want to be like that, but I just feel like a lot has gone against me. And no matter what those odds are, I come on top. I do my best. Um, yeah, I've had a few, lots of things have happened through my life, even outside of training. And, instead of letting it kind of bring me down, I kind of just push through. And
Keep
yeah, I just
pushing.
think I'm persevering. Yeah, there's been, and even now, like living proof with two kids, two toddlers,
Wow.
getting in the room. Yeah. So I just defying those odds. No sleep, you know, yeah, yeah. But yeah, I guess it would be something like that.
Okay. Okay. Obviously you're a fighter, every stretch of the imagination. And, with this podcast, it's a mentorship podcast. So we want to continue interviewing people like you that are setting positive examples, continued blessings and success. To you, your husband, your kids, I want to thank you again for taking time out of your schedule. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Take care, Sonia.
See you.